Lady Coolwell Homes. Mr. Bill.
Hello.
What are we doing here?
We're at the SMMT test day.
Mr. Bill, didn't they see our last videos?
I hope so, but for those who didn't, we are here.
Well, welcome to slightly shambolic SMMT reviews.
Haven't got it right, you're one of us. Do you know do you know that you are known? Do you know do you know that you are known? It's important for you to realise that you are not gonna notice every person you.
So, welcome to our first car of the day and the 2022 Toyota Yaris Cross. Now, this car was launched actually around the time that we went to the first SMMT driving day in Basingstoke. It's based on the current generation Yaris. The platform that Toyota uses is also with the sort of Corolla. I think it's even in the new iGo. This engine generates 116 horsepower, 1.5 full hybrid system. It's actually the only option that you can get in this country. In other markets you can also get four-wheel drive, although I gather that it's not possible in this country to actually get that. Although, to be honest, it's not really a massive concern because most people are not actually going to use that. So here we are just driving around some of the roads at the Millbrook facility. We're going to have a little bit of road driving because this is what this car is cleared for. Straight away, everything's just really smooth. The suspension is a little firmer than I was expecting, but it's okay. Zero to 60 time this car is around 11.2 seconds, and the top speed I think is in a region of 100 miles an hour. Although I don't think we're going on high speed bowl with this, so that's not really much of a problem. One thing I'm noticing is compared with something like, I don't know, an MG ZS or a SsangYong Tivoli, which aren't directly comparable with this because they have just normal powertrains in them, this one feels a bit lower down. Steering is very light. There's not an awful lot of steering feel in this car, but that's not really too much of a problem. As you can see, Mr. Bill and Lady Coolwell Homes are just getting some additional sort of shots and that kind of thing for me. But yes, this is in the dynamic trim, this particular car. There are some other trim levels available. It starts from around £23,000 going up to around £31,000. These wheels actually have more sidewall on them than I thought, but tyres have more sidewall. There's about a 50 profile, which isn't too bad. Boot in this car, it's not the biggest I've come across in one of these, but actually it's got a nice flat load floor to come in. And we just lift this up and see if we've got, well, we've got actual far more than I've imagined. We've got bits of removable floor that you can take out. 12-volt socket in there along with a boot light. Got some metal tethering points, 4 of them here. obviously be careful you've got the boot floor in this up position, but you don't lose things down the side. One thing I can't see in here is actually any hooks for putting bags like this on the side. Nice boot liner, I like that very much. I didn't expect we've got a reversing camera on this car, but I don't see any parking sensors for some reason, which is unusual in this day and age. Let's try getting into the back. It's nice sort of material here. This feels like it might be recycled actually. Not the most sort of plush door types I've ever come across, but actually for a car in this class, it's actually quite normal to be like this. Someone very tall has been sitting in here. I'm only 5'11". I'm not particularly tall, but there's actually loads and loads and loads of headroom. Headroom's really, really good in this car. There is a little portion of the seat that you can fold. It splits 40, 20, 40. And you can sort of get that down. I have to sort of reach around and find how to do that, but that would become an armrest. One thing I've noticed in the back of here is we don't actually have any USB ports in here, which is a bit of a shame. Let's try the ISOFIX covers in here and see if they actually come away. They do, but you might actually lose those, so just be careful about that. One thing I would have liked to see is possibly, I don't know, a chromed interior door handle. It's been a while since I've seen an interior door handle of a car which actually is black plastic like that. It would have been nice to see that. Upholstery, I think this is faux leather rather than real leather. Not entirely sure though. And then with these sort of fabric inserts in them. If you've got a family, then it actually looks quite easy to clean everything. And the doors open relatively wide, although not as wide as I've seen something like, I don't know, a BMW 2 Series Active Tourer. Let's see if they go. No, that's it. But yeah, the hip point for getting in and out is quite good. Bottle holder in there, which is good. Keyless entry. Everything feels quite sort of light. I'm sure this is a really light car. The Toyota platform that is used for this, which is used for loads of other cars, including the Toyota and the standard Yaris, it is very light. Okay, is that a JBL system? That's pretty good. Just see if I can get rid of some of this extra light. There we go, that's a bit better. Still early on in the day anyway. So, power button is here because this is a hybrid after all. Automatic lights, automatic wipers, cruise control here. It looks like we've actually got lane departure warning, lane keep assist, that kind of stuff in here. Other cruise control buttons there, and then standard things like the telephone and the stereo controls. Let's put the key down here. We have got keyless entry. So there's a whole button for the brake. That's different driving modes. Traction control off, and then the EV mode. That's probably for about a mile or so. Heated seats as well, very nice. One thing I do like in modern cars is when manufacturers remember to put in physical controls for the heating and ventilation like this, which looks good. There's something that I think Toyota's been criticised in the past for not doing that, but this one does have them, and that's very good to see. It's actually dual zone in this particular trim. Right, I'm going to turn on the car now, and we'll have a look at the infotainment system. Okay, so in order to start the car, I push the brake and press start, but let's have a look at this infotainment system first. Now, there's no wireless charging pad in here or anything like that. I don't think this car is fitted with wireless Android or Apple CarPlay. I think some others are, but I don't think this one is. Let's just have a look at the navigation system. We seem to have navigation on this one. Good morning, it says. Yes, good morning. What coffee cups on it? So there we go. It looks reasonably swift and easy to use. Although one thing I don't see is a back button on this. How do you get back? Do you press the home button or something, or what does that one do? Yeah, no device connected. Well, that's all right. Home. Oh, there we go. You just sort of switch between them, and you can project your phone to the screen. Vehicle. What's in here then? Energy flow. Very good. Although we don't really have the thing on. So if I push brake pedal down and press this button here, so we're on. Okay. The average fuel economy so far, 61 miles per gallon. That's really, really good. Everything's sort of lit up now. So you've got the power, eco, charging. I imagine we've got. Oh, car's definitely on now. The engine's kicked in, and the speedo is just there, and that's my fuel gauge, and the temperature gauge. That's good. It's good to see a temperature gauge, viewers. That's a physical one. You don't always get those. Tire pressure, drive inflow. Actually, I'll turn this off. I don't really need everything. Wait. Hold on a second, viewer. Okay, it's had to reboot itself, which is kind of annoying. I don't really want to waste petrol, which is very, very expensive at the moment, by having to turn that on. Somehow I'm gonna have to put it down a bit. So sorry for this. It's just too much light in here today. Right. Projection. Oh right, yeah, we can. That does work. That's good. Vehicle, yes. So we've had the kind of energy flow. Tyre pressure, driving info, fuel consumption, history. Does that not, must have been reset or something. Privacy mode is inactive. That's an interesting thing to see on there. So if I press this, not ready to drive. Okay, oh there we go. Right, we're on a better mode now. We can see more things. Average 61.2, fantastic. Energy flow, well, it's in the batteries because the engine's not running. Tyre pressures, yeah, great. A normal drive mode selector is down there. There we go. There's the display for the dual zone climate control. It's not a bad system, but one thing I've just noticed is there's not always a back button. So if I go on to get just one of these things, that's actually not that bad in terms of booting up. It's a lot quicker than some systems I've used. But we need to now sort of go back, and I don't know quite what to do. That's annoying, isn't it? Oh well, never mind. At least you can use Android Auto and Apple CarPlay if you don't want to use the system. That's the beauty of a lot of these things. It's up there to do that. Okay. So if I go through here, what other stuff can we kind of look at? Well, it's not ready to drive because I haven't turned it on, have I? Is there a back button? There we go, back. Right. There we go. That's compass directions, I think. What a portable player is. There we go. Trip distance. Clock. Yeah. Safety systems are on. That's some sort of pre-collision warning there. Is that radar cruise control? That's pretty good. Wow. It's quite a well-equipped car, this is. Yeah, that's pretty impressive. It's got so many safety systems in it. So if we get back again, because it's going to annoy me. No message, and there's a fuel economy. Can we drill down into the stats a bit? Ooh, the eco zone. I'd like to be in the eco zone. That would be nice. Okay, let's turn her off a second because I want to have a look at something else. So, yeah, unpause. Okay, so got the secret mission documents here. See if they actually go into the glove box. No, that's not very good. You can put them in here though, which is good. All these cars come with just one powertrain, which is a full hybrid 1.5 with an electric motor generating 116 horsepower. This is the dynamic trim, but we're also Design XL Icon in a Premier edition of these. Let's have a look inside here. There's an armrest, and you can move it out of the way if you don't want it, which is good because I don't tend to like them myself. We've got some cup holders here, And also dipping rear view mirror, that's very good. Little lights just up here. Do we have illuminated? Yes, we do. We've got illuminated vanity mirrors automatically. Fantastic. Yeah, the seats feel comfortable enough. Let's put that back down because that's the way it was. Yeah, we also hold on the handbrake. Now, the B mode is something that I've heard discussed online. It's not necessarily maximum regenerative braking. It's, I think someone said it was to do with the brake friction materials not wearing as quickly when you put it in that. I don't actually know, so I'm not gonna say. But we'll just leave it in D. And when we go out for a little extra drive that we'll be doing. Okay, let's have a look under the bonnet. So yeah, this is the 1.5 litre engine, same one as found in the standard Yaris, generating 116 horsepower, although with lots and lots and lots of extra bits for the hybrid system in here, as you'd expect. There are other powertrains available in other markets, but this is the only one that we get. See, this means it's a hybrid vehicle. That sort of blue thing on the Toyota badge has been around for years. I remember it on the second generation Prius, for example. I do like the sort of chunkier looks of this car, although I think if it were me I would choose a model with front parking sensors, because the visibility in there isn't the best. Okay, right, well, how about another little trip out? Just taking these in these kind of bumps and driving through this area where there's a bit of activity going on. The car feels really manoeuvrable, and actually the line of the bonnet, it allows you to feel where the corners of the car are, although the rear visibility is not the best. The C-pillars are quite big, and generally because this car's just a tiny bit on the dark side anyway, you want to make sure you use that reversing camera. Certainly for the kind of person who is looking for a car in the sort of £25,000 to £30,000 range that this actually has, they're going to find it really quite an easy to drive and pleasant companion. One thing I would say is that take it up to some sort of higher speeds on here, the engine doesn't sound particularly sonorous, but that's something I could say about a lot of car engines these days. It's not particularly the most exciting sounding thing, but then again I drive a Rebel with a V6 engine, you know, what do I know? One thing that this kind of environment does, it simulates road conditions really, really well without actually being the road itself. So it's a nice controlled environment. We've still got these sort of speed bumps, and the car is feeling a little bit firmer than I thought it might do, which just is interesting. It's not a problem or anything, but the body control's really good. Actually, the car handles a lot better than I imagined it would. So thank you ever so much indeed for watching this episode of slightly shambolic SMMT reviews. Thank you again to Mr. Bill and Lady Corbell Holmes for helping me film today from the Fuel Power channel. They'll be doing some reviews of their own, but I might be helping them out later on. Please don't forget to like this video, leave a comment below, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so, and we'll see you again soon for more extremely rushed.
Every time you haven't got it